All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the world of computer-aided design, or CAD. And we're going to do it by looking at the one tool that has pretty much defined the industry for decades, AutoCAD. Have you ever just stopped and looked at a giant skyscraper or even the smartphone in your hand and just thought, how? How did this go from an idea in someone's head to this complex thing I can see and touch? Well, the answer to that question is all thanks to a digital revolution that completely changed the game. So, to really get a handle on AutoCAD, we first have to understand the big idea behind it. In this first part, the digital drawing board, we're going to explore that incredible leap that took design from paper and pencils to pixels on a screen. So what even is computer-aided design? Well, at its core, it's exactly what it sounds like, using computers to help create, change, and perfect a design. Think of it like taking your old-school drawing board with the rulers and pencils and supercharging it with the power of a computer. And this isn't just for one little niche either. We're talking about, well, pretty much everything. The appliances in your kitchen, the super intricate mechanical parts inside a car engine, all the way up to massive bridges and entire skyscrapers. You know, if it can be built, you can bet it was probably designed using CAD first.
Okay, so now that we've got the big picture on CAD, let's zoom in on the star of the show. It's time to meet the industry leader, the software that's so dominant, its name is basically synonymous with CAD itself, AutoCAD.
You see, AutoCAD, which is made by a company called Autodesk, isn't just another player in the game. For countless professionals, it is the standard. A big reason why is that it was one of the very first powerful design programs you could run on a regular personal computer. That just opened the floodgates, bringing digital drafting to millions and totally reshaping how modern architects, engineers, and designers do their jobs. So, what does it actually do? Simply put, it's the go-to software for making incredibly precise drawings and models. Whether you're drafting a flat 2D floor plan or building a complex 3D model of a new product from scratch, AutoCAD is the tool you'd use. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. AutoCAD isn't just one single monolithic tool. No, it's way smarter than that. It's more like a Swiss Army knife for designers, which brings us to this number, 7. So what's so special about 7? Well, it comes packed with 7 specialized tool sets, all built right in. And this is what makes it so incredibly versatile. It means an architect gets tools specifically designed for laying out buildings. But a mechanical engineer? They get a whole different set of tools for designing machine parts. An electrical engineer gets tools for circuitry. It's customized power right out of the box. And let's be real, nobody is chained to their desk 24/7 anymore. AutoCAD totally gets that. You can start a design on your big desktop computer at the office, make a few quick edits from a web browser on your laptop, and then pull it up on your phone at a construction site to add some notes. That kind of flexibility is an absolute game changer. Okay, so we know what it is, but why? Why is it the industry standard? Let's break down what we'll call the AutoCAD advantage. The first, and maybe the most important set of benefits, really boils down to just 2 words: power and precision. This is the bedrock, the core strength of the software. So what does this actually mean for you, the user? Well, it means you get this insane level of precision in your drawings down to the tiniest fraction. That, of course, means you're way more efficient because you're making fewer mistakes. On top of that, you can automate all the boring repetitive tasks, which is a massive productivity boost. You can even run simulations to test your design before a single thing gets built. It's all about working smarter, not harder. But you know, a great tool is kind of useless if it can't play well with others. And that leads us right into the next huge advantage, which is all about how it works with people and other software. Let's call it collaboration and versatility. This is massive for teams, right? AutoCAD makes it super easy for a bunch of people to work on the same project without stepping on each other's toes. We already saw how versatile it is with those 7 tool sets. It also integrates really nicely with other kinds of software, so it just slots right into a professional's workflow. Plus, there's this giant library of pre-made parts and resources, so you don't have to start from scratch every single time. And finally, a brilliant design is totally worthless if you can't clearly communicate it to the people who actually have to build the thing. That brings us to our third core advantage, design and documentation. With 3D modeling, your ability to visualize something just goes through the roof. You can see your creation from every single angle. It's like holding it in your hands before it even exists. And just as important, it makes all the paperwork, the documentation, incredibly simple. You can easily add all the critical info, like dimensions, what materials to use, assembly instructions right under the drawing itself. That clarity saves a ton of time and prevents really costly mistakes down the line. So all these advantages really show just how powerful this tool is. But hearing all that, you might be thinking, wow, that sounds kind of intimidating to get started with. Well, let's look at your first step, because I promise, it's probably a lot easier than you imagine. No, seriously, that's it. Getting started is designed to be super straightforward. Once you have it installed, you just launch it like any other program on your computer. The second you open it, that blank digital canvas is right there waiting for you to start creating. And that really gets to the heart of it all, doesn't it? We've talked about the what and the why, the features and the benefits, but the most exciting part is always the potential of what's next. So it all comes down to this one simple question. Now that you know the tool, what will you create?